Hi guys, thanks for joining us tonight for the dogs wanted to serenade for team training tonight. Getting back at it. So tonight, what I want to do is kind of just do some. Essentially, what I do when good grief, dogs. When I have new marketing clients that I come in contact with new team members of mine, and we're talking about building your business on social media, i.e. Facebook, okay? And so the first thing that I will say is I really recommend that you start with one medium, so one hub, whatever, one social media platform. I personally believe that Facebook is the best place to go. There's tons of people that do Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, things like that, and have really great success with it. No reason that you can't branch off in the long run, but I really recommend that you learn something, master it, and when it is really building your business, i.e. you're getting plenty of new contacts, leads, prospects, whatever you want to call it, on a daily basis, then branch out into other platforms, okay? Because they're all a little bit different, and so you want to make sure that you're doing it right rather than just kind of half-ass doing it to do it, okay? So we're going to, in this training tonight, and we'll do as much as we can in the 30 minutes and then probably continue some more next week. I'm just talking about Facebook. Purely, I'm talking about Facebook, and I'm talking about your personal profile. At some point, maybe down the road, we will talk about business fan pages, whatever, but tonight we're truly talking about your personal profile. For all of you that are getting started, and I would say that if you have, I don't know, I'm not going to put a number on it, but if you're under 1,500, 2,000 friends, you don't even need to be thinking about business fan pages, okay? You need to focus on your personal profile. It's a great way to build a business. The first thing that I like to tell people is, and I'll do a screen share here, and we can look at mine. So while I'm talking about these concepts, you can kind of have a reference, okay? So first thing I like to say is let's do a profile cleanup. Right? So let's look at your profile, because your goal here with Facebook is to grow your network. Many people, you've probably heard, maybe not, but your paycheck is as big as your network, right? Or your network is your paycheck is a reflection of your network. And so essentially is that if you're going to use, and you can obviously build outside of social media too, right? Outside of Facebook. I just like Facebook from a really good hub perspective. And so when I meet people, we've been doing a lot of traveling, and when I meet people out and about, I say, we get to chit chat, and I'm like, oh my God, are you on Facebook? Let me friend you, blah, 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 right? So I bring them on my platform where I promote. So the first thing that I like to say is let's look at your profile picture, right? And your profile picture is this little square picture. Your profile picture should be a good, clean photo of yourself, smiling, whatever, right? Don't just have it, a picture of your dog or whatever, right? Because the whole idea here is that you're going to capture somebody's attention for 3 to 5 seconds. And so the first thing that they do when they land on your page is, one, who is this? Who is Andrea Hawley? Oh my God, okay, there she is, right? So that's my face, right? It doesn't have to be a professional photo. It can be a selfie, it can whatever. I really recommend that it's just a picture of you. I mean, I have kids, right? I love my children and everything like that, but I wouldn't have my profile picture have anybody else in it but myself, okay? And I want you to start thinking too, the way I used my Facebook prior to running a business off of my personal profile, I looked at Facebook in a very different way, right? And so this picture probably would have been me and my kids and things like that. But if you're using your personal profile to grow a business, then you want to show people who you are and what it is essentially that what your expertise in, who, kind of give them a better idea into who you are as a person. The next thing is that this cover photo. So that's this big photo. Guys, this big photo can be anything that you want it to be. I like to say do it something that is your personality, right? The one thing that I say, there's two things to don't do. Don't brand your company on this cover photo, right? So don't have, for us, I wouldn't have a big, Zingular is the way to go or whatever type thing, right? I wouldn't have that here. And I don't love quote pictures. Now, everybody's going to be different, right? And you're going to get different advice. I'm just saying from a cover photo perspective, when you have inspirational quotes that are your cover photo, the way you view it on desktop, like you're seeing it right now, and the way it's viewed on mobile are very different. And so there's a lot of, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't sit behind the computer all day. I'm on my phone a lot, and a lot of your customers and your prospects are on their phone. And so when I go and look at people's profiles and I'm on my phone, when they have an inspirational quote that there's cover photo, it cuts off a piece of it. And so I can't see it all, and that's just irritating to me, right? It's just one of those things that I'm like, oh, I don't even know what they're saying here, right? You can obviously do something, I mean, if you wanted to do something, health and wellness related, you absolutely could, okay? I would caution you on doing a before and after as one of these photos also. It's just not the first thing that you want to throw in people's face. You don't want people to land on your profile and feel like they're immediately being sold to, okay? You're just trying to expose them on your life. The next thing is this little intro spot. This intro should be something fun and engaging, a little bit about your personality, okay? Again, on this cover photo, guys, no reason that it can't be your family, whatever, right? I mean, it could easily be a picture of me and my kids out at the beach or something like that. I just like this one, so I've left it like that. But your little intro here, just kind of give people an idea very quickly, kind of maybe who you are, and just some little nuggets, right? So again, people are going to come, they're going to look at this picture, they're going to be like, oh, okay, that's who Andrea is. Okay, oh, look, that's a beautiful photo, whatever, right? Then they scroll, right? Then they see this. Oh, she's a wife. Okay, oh, she's a mom. Oh, is a nurse attorney. What is that? A boss mom, just kind of whatever. I mean, like, it doesn't have to be this in depth, or it can be more in depth, just whatever, right? Just kind of a great little place, a little snippet that you can kind of share who you are. The next thing is this right down here where you see like where I've worked and the different things that I do, where I've gone to school. Guys, that is in your about section, okay? So this right here, you want to make sure that you have fully filled out your about section. Now, when you go to do this, you can checkbox so it says edit my work, right? So if I clicked here, it will take me to all my workplaces. And you have where it says options over here, you can choose what's shown and not shown, okay? Be sure to at least show one place of work, okay, so that you work someplace. Again, I wouldn't say that you work at Zingular. Everybody takes a different approach with this, but the approach that I take and the approach that I teach is that you want to have a little bit of intrigue and curiosity about exactly who it is that you're promoting. And the reason behind that is because you want people to come to you and ask you what it is that you're doing, so that they don't just go out and see. If I said here that I was the, I was the CEO at Zingular.com, people may go look at Zingular.com and order from there directly. Like, oh, look, Andrea loves this stuff. They might not be hip on that it's a network marketing thing and that I would get a commission if they ordered from me. Or even worse, they could go and look at Zingular on Google. And guys, unfortunately, we have some bad reviews out there. Every company has bad reviews, right? But maybe they go look at that and they're like, oh, I'm not even going to talk to her. Look how bad that stuff is, right? So we don't want them to do that initially. People will go out and Google whatever they want in the long run. I want them to come have a conversation with me, to have an opportunity to approach that negativity that they may see if they're going to, and drive them towards my website, obviously. Okay. I really recommend, if you've gone to any kind of school, put your school in there, right? The whole thing is that you want people, when they're coming to look at you, to feel like they have something in common with you. I will attract people to me that are different than the people that Heather or Lacey or Tina, whoever, will attract to them, right? So when people see this, they may say, oh, I went to school at UTMB too. Oh my gosh, she used to live in Galveston, whatever, right? Those type things. These things right down here, guys, are your, yeah.
Mommy, remember we went to Galveston?
We did go to Galveston. It was fun, wasn't it? Okay, are you going to go sit down and watch your movie, please? Guys, these pictures right here are the pictures that you can choose to highlight, okay? Again, I would choose pictures that represent your life, okay? Again, what people are going to see. There is no reason right here that you can't have a before and after or something like that if you want to have your before and after here. I have for a little while. I've just taken it off. These are the pictures that I tend to change around, maybe once a month, once every 2 months, something like that. Keep them fresh, different things that are going on. Like I'll probably change some of these up here for too long with some of the camping pictures that we've just done. These pictures I tend to keep the same. You can absolutely change your cover photo as much as you want and update it. I would not change your profile picture too much, just because people that maybe you're friends with but don't know you really well, right? Or you're just kind of, you know, they're your cold market friends, people that you've picked up out of groups and things like that. If you change this picture a lot, they might not recognize who you are in your profile because they might not remember your name. They might just remember a picture. Hang on, please. The other big thing that I want to say is make sure that your profile is as public as possible, okay? Again, this kind of goes to how I really looked at Facebook very differently before.
That's my voice.
It is your voice. Could you please be quiet? Before I decided that I wanted to run a business off of it. I absolutely had everything private. I never shared anything beyond just my friends. I didn't let friends share pictures of me beyond my own friends, not even friends of their friends. If you want to run a business on Facebook, you really need to have as much of your profile public as possible. That doesn't mean that, so let me show you like these details about, oh, it's not the details. Where is it? Maybe it's the contact and basic info. There are some things that I have hidden. I don't have my birth year. It's locked down. It's only me. Okay. So things like that. So absolutely some of those really private things that you don't want other people to see. I have 2 emails that are hidden from my timeline, right? But that doesn't mean, so if people are direct friends with me, they can see some different things, but overall public-wise, other people can't see. Every time that you post, you want to make sure that your posts are set to public. Again, you can choose, if there's some things that you want to post that are private, if you're doing something that's very private to you and you only want your family to see it or things like that, you can do that. What I want to say, though, is that, Finian, please, Barbara, get down, honey, okay? If you're going to be up here, you've got to be very quiet. Can you be quiet? Okay, be quiet. When the idea behind gathering new friends and growing your network on Facebook is when you're doing that and people come to your profile, if you have posted something that's not public, they can't see it before they're your friend. And so you don't want to have just business posts be public. You want to have some personal things be public too, okay? So that when people come, they don't just see all business stuff and think, oh, you know, so again, this lady is just selling, okay? Oh, thank you, Heather. You think you need to make changes? I don't know, you know? I bet your profile's pretty good too. Okay, so that is what I call profile cleanup, right? So that's been about 15 minutes of talking about just ways to clean up your profile. Now, I'll say, guys, too, is that if you feel like, as I'm talking and you're listening to things that I've said, if you feel like there's a whole bunch of things that you've just done so wrong and your profile is just a bunch of crap, whatever, don't feel like you need to go back and delete a bunch of stuff. I don't think that that's necessarily necessary, because people aren't going to scroll way back in your profile. If they come to look and see who you are, they're usually generally just going to scroll a little bit, right? You see how as I scroll and it has to make me reload? I'll tell you, when I go and look at people, when they friend requested me or I'm going to look and see who people are, I don't scroll much beyond a reload, okay? So maybe just go back a week or so and clean some things up. Don't worry about spending a bunch of time and going about back and cleaning up things from a long period. Just focus on moving forward and cleaning up, okay? Finny and Kaiser, honey, if you can't not touch, you're gonna have to get down, okay? I'm not gonna do this. If you wanna sit up here with me, you've gotta be good. Okay, the next thing, so I will say to you guys, is this followed by button, this followed right here, make sure in your settings that you have the ability for people to, so let me go to somebody else's page. So, well, let's just go to Heather so that you can see, we can view it and it's not what I'm seeing, okay? So you want to make sure, Finian, that's it. No, get down.
I don't want to get down.
Get down. Oh my goodness, son. Please, honey. Then get your own stool and sit up here. Don't sit up here. Okay. Thank you. You want to make sure that obviously they can send you a friend request, right? And that their following button is on, okay? You will see that in your settings. I should have left it on mine, but if you have problems finding that, just let me know. Again, guys, a lot of that's related to setting your profile to public. So the next thing let's talk about is, what do we want to see? Heather, this is a nice quote, but I don't know if I went to look on mobile, if I would be able to read the whole thing. That would be an interesting thing to try. Could go and check it out. Next thing is that I want to talk about is what to post. Okay, now it's really interesting because just in yes, Kelly, right? I know. I think I think they're insane anyways, our children, God love them, but these little kids, definitely, between the full moon, whatever, and the eclipse, I'm sure. I'm sure I'm probably going to want to poke my eyeball out at some point. So I'll make sure that we have no extra sugar tomorrow. Oh, Lord have mercy. But it's been really interesting from a posting perspective. The advice used to be, up until just a couple of months ago, is that you wanted to post at least 3 times a day, if not more. And recently, the way Facebook algorithms are running, and I have to say, I think a lot of this is because so many people are using Facebook to run businesses off their personal profile, that Facebook's slowing down what they're sharing to other people's timelines unless it has good engagement. And so if your profile doesn't get good engagement on a regular basis, your stuff is really being seen by a whole lot less people. And there are also people that post a lot, the algorithm's driving down their posts. So the goal is to post a couple of times a day, good high quality posts that get really good engagement, okay? So think quality versus quantity. Some of the trainers are even saying just 1 really good high quality post a day. Others are saying 2 to 3, right? No more than 3. I have really noticed, I've really been focusing the last couple of weeks on 2 really good high quality posts a day. I also follow the posting rules, algorithm, methods, whatever, that the Meltons teach, which is a 10-4-1. Yeah. Heather says another business owner said that Facebook's beginning to remove people who are not active in the groups that they're in. I believe that, Heather, I do. I believe that and another reason for you to go and clean up groups that you get added to. It's really interesting. Facebook's really paying attention and trying to weed out those people that are spamming and using Facebook just for business purposes and not true engagement and interaction. Every time, you don't have to think every time, but really think about why Facebook is there, right? Facebook is there for the person's engagement, right? For the user experience. And if they feel like people are not providing a good experience for others, they're going to drive down what's happening with your profile and what those people are being able to share. But I, from a posting perspective, have been following kind of what the Meltons coach, John and Nadia Melton, guys, they are some really, really engaging trainers that really have grown humongous personal profiles and do a ton of business off their personal profile just from a network marketing perspective. And they coach a 10-4-1 method, essentially 10 posts per week that are just personal posts, right? So if you do that, that's a little more than one post per day. That's just personal stuff, right? 4 posts per week that are subtle kind of business posts, right? So it might be something, a post that has kind of a mention of maybe your healthy lifestyle or something that might have a mention of something that your product is doing for you. So one might be, like for me, might be something sort of Zing related, where I probably wouldn't even mention the name Zing, but I might be something like, only way I can handle this 5:30 toddler morning is my energy pill, right? You know, little ray of sunshine. I don't know, something like that, right? So it's kind of like ooh, I'm doing something else, but it's not in your face. And then that one, so 10-4-1 is one post in your face, just boom, yeah, here it is, what I'm doing. I promote a business. It's fabulous. I love it, blah, 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 whatever, right? And for me, that one post per week is I do a live video every Monday called Melting Mondays, right? And essentially I talk about how I melt the fat off my body using our system. I don't mention the word singular, but I talk about different products and different systems and the detox, blah, 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 things like that. Guys, I just can't even tell you enough how important it is that you start going live on your Facebook profile. I know it's super scary. Trust me, I still get a little bit of nerves, right? I mean, when it's like counting down for me, I'm like, you know, here we go. But it gets 3 times more push by Facebook than a regular post, even a picture post, okay? Quite a few of the people that of the big trainers that go out and learn from Facebook say that Facebook says that 90% of their content's going to be video content come 2018. So that doesn't necessarily mean live, but it's going to be video content of some sort. So think about that, right? If you really want your content to be seen, it should be video, right? Guys, work it into your life, right? Now, don't just do videos to do a video that's boring, right? To just like sit there and talk and just whatever, you know, type thing. I'm just giving you examples of what I do. You don't have to do what I do. But so I do that Melting Monday type thing just because it's fun and it's a great way for me to engage with people. And I'll tell you, I get plenty of messages of people asking about things off of that video on Mondays. Thursdays, I do a recipe, right? You know, something, yeah, you believe it on the video content. It's so true. Thursdays are my recipe Thursdays, right? And so I do easy weekday, you know, cooking type thing. People freaking love those, right? I mean, they get so much reach. And guys, when you do things like that too, that are related to our healthy lifestyle, to our business, share them in Becoming You. What a great content objective, right? Or your whatever testimony page that you're using. But, you know, the testimony pages, those groups are a fantastic resource for us, right? And we want to use them. We'll go into a groups next week more in depth, but if you have a great content that you've shared on your, that you've done on your personal profile, feel free to share it into the group, okay? If it's just a written post, you know, we try not to say, message me for more info. I know on my videos I do that, but that's just because you need to, on your video, have what we call a call to action, right? And so towards the end of my videos or during the middle of my videos, I'll be like, you know, message me if you want some info on this, or, you know, drop me a comment below or something like that, right? But you guys know our integrity in Becoming You and in our testimony groups, we always get those people back to the folks that have added them. So some other things kind of to wrap it up for this evening on what that you might want to post would be, you know, curiosity posts, guys. Those curiosity posts are great. Engagement posts, just asking questions. I don't know if you guys saw the question post that I dropped in Becoming You this evening on your, you know, what's a fruit or vegetable that you wouldn't want to eat. My goodness, that post is getting so much engagement. And you have to think about your personal profile and any groups that you're running, anything like that. The goal is to get people engaging, okay? And get people commenting. When that happens, one, it drives everything that you're doing on Facebook to be seen. Yes, going live during your 8-day would be awesome. I'm telling you, if I could get people to go live every day of their 8-day, that would be the coolest thing. It would be wonderful. It would be so worth it. It would be drive so much curiosity and so much engagement. You would have people just clamoring there towards the end, even the beginning. But I'm like, oh my goodness, what in the world are you doing? But guys, you want that engagement on your post. You want that. We'll continue to put things out there even more and more. And the other thing, you guys, is that we could absolutely be helping each other more with our own engagement, okay? I am in a private group right now that all it is about boosting other people's engagement. And so seriously, like, it's this chat where you drop your post in and there's like hundreds of people in there and they go and comment on your post. Cult CEO does this very well. We had done it pretty good in Heart of Heathers for a little while, and then we just kind of, you know, dropped off of it a little bit. I encourage you guys to start doing that again. But what we want to do is, one, you don't want to overuse it, right? And so you want to have it, you know, a post. It doesn't have to be just a singular post, but a post that you want some love or some engagement on. But you want to make sure that you're actually really commenting something real on that person's post and not just, you know, a heart or something like that, right? So I have not been doing it on my personal profile. I've been using it for my business page, but it has done some amazing things. And so I think that might be something that we want to talk about, Heather, Tina, and everybody, is using our leaderships and groups ability that we have within Heart of Heathers to drive more engagement on everybody's post by asking for love and sharing. So it is 9 o'clock. I didn't want to go too long. I want these to be manageable. There's obviously tons and tons and tons of content that could be covered here, but tonight I just kind of wanted to kind of start with the basics. I think I got a little bit off track. Go figure. That always happens. Next week, we will talk a little bit more about engagement and beginning the start of using groups better, right? And how you can use groups to prospect and how we can use Becoming You some more. But I'm going to, Heather, unmute you at least, and Tina. And you guys have anything that you want to add to this? Any, you know, I love when other people have other opinions too, for God's sake. So if you have a different way that you coach things, I'd love to hear it, because I learn so much from everybody and what they're doing. Or not.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Andrew,
Yeah.
can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone, so it's completely different. But I think you're spot on in everything that you've mentioned tonight. I mean, I've heard it from all the other leaders and trainers that I've listened to about profile cleanup. It's just there's just some things where the disconnect is filling out the about you. Like, I try to keep that as private as possible, and I do need to personally step that up so people know more about me. So I loved the things that you said about the profile cleanup. And absolutely, I feel like there's so much more engagement. I think I got like 2,000 views on my lean recipe live video, and it's because I shared it into Becoming You when I was doing the 5 for 5. And so we all know post engagement, and we all know Facebook's going towards video. You know, they're trying to compete against YouTube, so it's a perfect combination for all of us to be going that. It's just we have to, as a group, overcome our fears of that. And then I love the boosting. And I said we'll talk strategy tomorrow, but I just feel like in Heart of Heathers, there's a lot of people that aren't serious about the business. And so I hate overloading that group with stuff, but that's what that group was meant to be for, was our business leaders amongst our team. So it's just finding a strategy to come together as one and merge all the teams where we're all helping each other for sure. But I love everything that you had to say. And I highly suggest the follow button for anyone that doesn't have that, because Kaylin Shemp, she said that once she opened up her follow button, of course she's maxed out on friends. She's at 5,000 friends. And so she couldn't add any more friends, but I think her followers are up to like 10 or 20,000. Yeah. You know, and so your reach is that much more. And that's crucial, and that's important when you're trying to grow your business. So I can't say I disagree with anything that you said.
Well, good stuff. And, you know, guys, when you think about it too, is that you can be friends with somebody and they never see any of your content because they're not following you. There are plenty of people that I am friends with that I do not follow. But when you follow people or they follow you, your stuff gets pushed into their feed more often too. So good stuff, guys. I know, I mean, I will just hit on it again, that video can be it can be a scary thing, but it's super fun too. And that's another thing, is if you're new to video and you're getting ready to, you want to do a video and you want to go live and da-da-da, guys, pop in there. I mean, like Heather said, we can talk about it, but pop in Heart of Heathers and say, hey, I'm going to go live in 5 minutes, or I'm going live at 10 o'clock. And you guys, I will at least jump on if I can, right? And I will comment as you're going live. It is fun stuff to have a conversation with people while you're going live, especially if you're talking about something that you're passionate about. I don't know. I just can't even say, you know, there's so much that you'll learn about yourself. I will say too that I know Heather has done it. I have done it. Go and get in on a free video challenge. There are tons of trainers out there that run them, different kinds of videos, different kinds of video challenges, different kinds of strategy. At the end of the day, what really matters is that you're trying to do it and you're learning to go live and do things that people want to see, and challenging yourself to get out there and get over your own self and your own fears. And it's just really, really cool stuff. So I guess that is it. I will stop the recording.